Welcome to GOS Media. I'm James Frost. Two things we've learned from entomologists about flies and bees are bees are smarter and stronger than flies. And secondly, both are attracted to light. Knowing these things, entomologists conducted a very interesting experiment. The researchers took two glass jars and filled one with bees and the other with flies. The bottom half of the jars were placed towards the light, and the top half was placed in darkness. As you can imagine, both bees and flies immediately swarmed to the bottom of the jar, only to crash into the glass bottom. The bees began a frantic effort trying to get to the light. Some secreted fluids onto the glass. Others were stinging the glass. Some even tried to ram through the glass, all to no avail. The more their attempts failed, the more frenzied they became until they turned on one another and eventually killed themselves off. The flies, on the other hand, realized they could not pierce the glass, so they began exploring other parts of the jar. As they crawled along the jar, they soon discovered the opening that was pointed towards the darkness. This discovery was soon transmitted to the other flies, and they simply crawled from the jar and flew from darkness straight to the light. So, what can we learn from this experiment? Well, one thing is, there are certain situations whereby intellectualism alone will not solve the problem. Another lesson would be that sometimes brute strength isn't the answer. And even though bees have a stinger that secretes venom, occasionally there will be environments where even a powerful tool is unhelpful. And perhaps the greatest lesson in all of this would be that while bees only focused upon doing the same things that they were comfortable in doing, the flies were exploring other options. When we find ourselves in unique situations, there's a tendency to go with what you know, over and over again, even though those things are not solving the issue. When we do this, our attention is drawn towards the obstacles before us and not on our original goal. And as the bees demonstrated, before you know it, we're arguing with one another and our entire efforts collapse. The flies, likewise, immediately rushed towards the light and crashed into the glass. Yet they did not possess sophisticated strategies and tools, only a simplistic reality that they had to find another way to the light. And so, instead of trying technique after technique, they first regrouped and sought options. Not options to break through the glass, but options to get to the light. Today's grain of sugar explains it this way. Obstacles are what we see when we take our eyes off the goal. Have you ever been in a situation whereby folks obsessed over the obstacles and you nudged them to focus on the goal? Tell us how you did such. The colony loves to learn new ways to help others find the light. On behalf of GOS Media, thanks for stopping by. If you enjoy our videos, then please like, subscribe, and share with others. If you want to support our work, then become a colony member by joining us on Patreon or grab some merch from our website. Links are pinned below. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Grains of Sugar. I've been your host, James Frost.